once.
Okay. Oh. Spider-Man.
What's going on YouTube? It's Tyler and Emily here again with another video. This video we're going to be talking about the Superior Spider-Man.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, the Superior Spider-Man is the Marvel Now run basically of the Amazing Spider-Man. It's in the same universe, but it is not Peter Parker. It is Dr. Octavius. In 700 is the death of Peter Parker. Basically, Doc Ock swaps brains with him. If you're looking at this video, you should already know this, but this is basically a discussion / review of the first 10 issues, which are the only ones out right now. So yeah, she actually just read all of them in one go. I've been keeping up with them as they've been released, but she just read all of them so far. So yeah, what do you think?
I don't like him
No,
at all. I think it's a dumb concept, and it ruins. They're ruining Spider-Man and the image of Spider-Man. I know it's Dr. Octavius in Spider-Man taking over, but it's just like totally ruining Spider-Man. I mean, these are my first comics I read, and I was excited for Spider-Man. Spider-Man's my favorite superhero, but it's just, I think it's stupid, and there's a lot of things that I didn't like in it and thought it was dumb.
I think a lot of people will agree with that. I don't think that anyone has absolutely adored this run 100%. There's
something wrong if they do.
There are certain issues that I've enjoyed. Like I've enjoyed, like I actually liked the first one. I thought the first one was really good. And 5. I guess that's it.
So 2 of them out of what? There's like 10 right now.
10. But you know, he's really, really different, and I don't think that this is going to last long. I don't think Dan Slott can make this last long because it's getting really dumb, I think, and it's starting to just, you know, part of it was like it started good, and I feel like it, like at issue 3 was okay, but 2 just kind of went downhill, and it just kept going downhill. 5, I think 5 skyrocketed. Honestly, I thought it was awesome.
I think it was all just like
normal, really.
The whole time.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was like really good until.
Because I mean, I find it was annoying, like the whole thing with Peter Parker is like his ghost, and then he's arguing with everything that Dr. Octavius like does. It's like, I just find it annoying because he's not there, nobody hears him, and it's just like this annoying little thing in the side. And
right.
Like, I wanted him to go ahead and hurry up and like take over, so then it was back to Peter Parker, like actual Peter Parker as Spider-Man, not him being controlled.
Yeah. I think all of us did. Some people are kind of becoming numb with it, I think. I think people are just kind of like, oh, you know, it's here, so let's just deal with it, basically, which is a good attitude. But it's kind of like I said, we'll get to this issue. This is the issue that really kicked me in the crotch. Like, that's the closest thing I could say. Like, this thing, I was upset. Like, I was literally just like, why after 9? Most of you probably know what I'm talking about. But anyway, let's kind of flip through the issues.
I wasn't like upset. I was just like, okay, seriously, this is
basically everything.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Okay, it should have ended differently.
Yeah, it should have. But let's just basically flip through each issue really fast, and then we'll talk about more. So like I said, issue 1. It's basically just, you know, we start off with Peter going to his grave, or Dr. Octavius going to his own grave, I guess. And it's just basically an introduction, and at the end he's beating up the new Sinister Six, basically to a bloody pulp, and you know, Peter stops him. Phantom Peter stops him. Yeah. You can talk about the next one.
I can't tell you play-by-play what happens in it.
This issue was really weird because basically Dr. Octopus jacks off to the thoughts of Mary Jane. He does.
Yeah, I find it really stupid how he was like so horny for her. It's like,
oh my god, he was.
Peter Parker's not even that way, like.
And what's really annoying is she doesn't have a clue what's going on.
Yeah, I think she's real stupid.
She is.
If you were Peter Parker, like girlfriend, you know, you would notice that there are things different with him and start really, you know, thinking something's wrong, but she's just
Especially
like
because-
oblivious to it.
Especially because it's been so long.
That's another thing that annoys me about it, is that everybody's so like oblivious to that it's not Peter Parker, it's a different person, and everybody's just like, oh, Spider-Man's so good now, you know, he's like our hero, and like people that didn't support him are now supporting him, now that he's all like crazy and more into like killing his villains than
Right.
before. It's like it's not Spider-Man anymore, it's just it's upsetting.
No, I understand. I completely agree. I think if the characters knew, and I think if the characters like Mary Jane and Gwen, or not Gwen, sorry, R.I.P. Carly, yeah. And like everyone was maybe the whole time just behind the scenes trying to figure out what was wrong with him, I think it would be a better comic.
Well, I mean, like, I like how now Carly's the one that's kind of, she thinks something's up, and she's now more kind of pursuing that side.
Right.
But I want her to hurry up and figure it out.
And figure it out and do it. Alright, so issue 3 is actually where the Vulture comes in and uses little minions, which we'll also get into that later on. But uses basically kids, which twists Octavius. Inside his mind, Peter, you find out that Octavius was abused as a child. I thought that was actually sad. I was kind of like, kind of sucked.
Yeah.
But, you know, so, and he does not kill the Vulture. I thought he killed him, slamming him into basically the bat signal. But for Spider-Man.
Yeah, okay, I thought that was dumb. I was like, seriously?
A
You're
signal?
gonna like rip off
Batman.
from Batman and do a Spider-Man signal? I was just like, okay.
Well, he's more like Batman right now than anyone. Like, that's who he's more.
Batman
He's Batman
doesn't kill
Spider-Man.
people though.
No, I know. I'm not saying
Batman is
no,
like
no.
all against doing that, so he's not like
We'll talk
Batman
about
at
Batman.
all.
We'll talk about Batman. We'll talk about that.
We're talking about Spider-Man.
We'll talk about Batman later. This is where I actually started to enjoy it. Was issue 4. Actually, when I got issue 4, I was so done with the series by this point that I didn't even touch this until 5 came out. Because everyone was talking about how good 5 was. So I was like, alright, whatever. So I read 4. I thought it was okay. I think this villain is probably one of the best villains of Spider-Man because he's just a terrorist.
He's psycho.
Yeah, like he murders. He's a terrorist. He kills so many people. You know, it's like insane almost. I didn't think that they would ever put that in a comic book.
Well, that's what like everything in comics. I think comics can get away with just about anything.
Probably.
Unlike when you have movies or TV shows, they gotta be more careful, but comics are usually more for mature audience.
True. Some comics. And then we get to issue 5, which is the big issue that everyone adores, and this is actually my favorite issue of the Superior Spider-Man. I actually debated framing this one because, one, I honestly do love the cover art. It's like a James Bond type thing.
Why is it your favorite issue?
It's just so like, I honestly didn't think that he was going to shoot him.